Joe Chamberlain, and the theme of this book is Sometimes You Have to Wait for Things to Turn Out Good. Do you know how a sleepy puppy can be? Johnny didn't know until his daddy came home with a soft, fat bulge in his coat pocket. Into the pocket went Daddy's hand, and out came a sound-asleep puppy. The sound-asleep puppy nestled down into Johnny's arms, and Daddy said, "Basset hounds need lots of sleep and lots of love, just like little boys. Someday he'll be a busy puppy. You just wait and see." Johnny asked his mother to give the puppy some nice warm milk. But do you know what happened? The sleepy puppy couldn't stay awake long enough to drink his milk. Johnny carried the little sound-asleep puppy to bed. He gave the puppy a pat and said, "Lots of sleep and lots of love, and soon you'll be a busy puppy." The very next day, Johnny took his puppy outside to show his friend. He put the puppy down on the grass. Kerplop! The puppy fell flat in the soft grass. He was sound asleep. The children laughed, and Johnny stroked the puppy's smooth coat. "Basset puppies do need lots of sleep and lots of love, you know," said Johnny. "Someday he will play with us when he's a little older and a little stronger." But Johnny began to wonder if his puppy would ever be busy. He fell asleep when he was walking and playing and shopping. He even fell asleep when it was noisy, and when he went for a ride, and when he was bathing. Sometimes Johnny tried so very hard to keep his puppy awake that he became sleepy himself. Then he would have to take a nap. At nap time, sleepy puppies are very nice. Johnny's mother would tuck him in under his patchwork quilt and say, "Sleep tight, Johnny. Basset puppies and little boys need lots of sleep and lots of love." Every day when Johnny got up from his nap, he would wake up and hope the puppy would stand by him on his feet. Johnny always hoped that one day the puppy would chase him into the kitchen for their after-nap snack of cookies and milk. But every day, the puppy would fall asleep, leaning against Johnny's leg. At the beginning of summer, Johnny decided to enter his puppy in the 4th of July pet parade. He decorated a red, white, and blue wagon and made a fancy little harness. The puppy seemed to like pulling the wagon, but can you guess what happened? That's right. The puppy stayed awake just before the parade began, and then Johnny had to pull the wagon. Bands played, balloons popped, and people shouted. But that puppy slept every step of the way. Poor Johnny. Would his puppy ever be a busy playmate? He never seemed to be awake. Then, finally, one day after an especially long nap, Johnny felt something cold and damp on his cheek. He opened one eye. Something was moving on his bed. Johnny wasn't quite awake yet, and he turned over, snuggled into his pillow, and said, "Basset puppies need..." But that was as far as he got. Johnny was sound asleep again. Suddenly, Johnny jumped. Something was tickling his feet. He jumped to his knees, and there was a puppy peeking over the foot of his bed. Mischief was shining in his eyes. Johnny jumped to the floor, and he was so surprised that he could hardly believe what he saw. The puppy scooted out the door and down the hall. Johnny went slipping and sliding after him, skating along in his pajama feet. Suddenly, the puppy stopped short, but Johnny kept going, till he landed in a heap on a fuzzy white rug. He giggled as the puppy jumped on his tummy and began to lick his chin. Johnny scooped up an armful of busy, wiggly, wide-awake puppy. "Come on, puppy, let's go," he chuckled happily. "Now we have lots and lots and lots of things